Good morning. It's Monday, July 24th, and that means two things. Y'all forgot my birthday, and it's time for the lighting industry news brief brought to you by Keystone Tech and the XFit traditional slim wall pack. You know what it's got? It's got easy access to the driver. That's really the important thing. The other important thing is that it puts out 17,000 lumens if you need it to, and it's the same shape, length and width-wise, that it is as any other wall pack, so you're not going to see any scar tissues on the walls. You're not going to have to bring in paint. Can you imagine refitting a wall pack and not having to buy paint? Also, it's very slim, so it's not as deep. It's a little nice. Still got some shielding on there. Anyway, KeystoneTech.com. Light made easy. The link, also easy, is in the description. Anyway, Nailed has established a Controls Integrators Council, a new working group for better adoption of tech across all industry professionals. Maine is the sixth state to ban fluorescent lighting. This includes tubes and CFLs that'll roll out on January 1st of 2026. Gordon Electric has a new facility, 42,000 square feet in Mokina, Illinois. Quote CL is Solo. This is a decorative brand, leaving MBG as that company files for bankruptcy. Graybar has bought Shepherd. This is a 131-year-old electrical distributor acquired by another very well-established electrical distributor. Cade, a PE firm, has bought Gleamex Lights, a commercial industrial brand. Plascolite has spun up a new production facility in Mexico. This is in Matamoros City. Siemens is investing $1 billion in German factories with a new tech campus coming soon. UPS strike seems likely. I don't take that lightly. The deadline is close. It's August 1st, and a deal does not seem to be forming. Cree lighting staff among the victims of the Move It hack, a security breach that includes bank account data and social security numbers. BC ports, speaking of strikes, have avoided theirs, so the leadership has backed away from action, so ports should start moving in Canada. We have a last call for the NLB Transformation Awards. This is a prize for retrofit projects, and the submission period is ending on the 1st of August. The FTC and the Department of Justice are working to revise merger guidelines. This is a draft of proposed changes to the Hart-Scott-Rodino Antitrust Improvements Act of 1976, and that's in front of Congress right now. The IES Board of Directors is calling for nominations. You have until the 1st of August to submit yourself for 7 positions. The EU might be revising their mercury bulb ban, with 6 more types being either added to the 2026 ban list or the 2028 ban list. Luceco has posted revenues with £101 earned in the first half of the year. UC Boulder is offering scholarships for their architectural lighting certification. This is a post-grad program, 3 courses, runs a year. These incentives are for, quote, underrepresented groups. Kickler sponsors lighting and ceiling fans for the St. Jude Dream Home Giveaway. This is their 3rd year backing that charity program. We have for sale in Australia a lighting headquarters, specifically Vilo's. They're looking for bigger digs and are selling their current location. Survey says that the Fluke Electrical Safety Survey shows that pressure to work fast is leading to unsafe working conditions. Wolfspeed says they're ready for China's rare earth sanctions. They've reviewed their supply chain and found that they're minimally dependent on Chinese raw materials. Lighting Quotient has adopted the IBEW Code of Excellence. This is a workplace standards program. And the IES NYC has named their Thesis Award recipients, with 3 designers being honored this year. And Universal Douglas's sudden shutdown was actually months in the planning. This is based on documents currently in discovery. In legal news, Signify is suing Current. These are 2 suits covering 9 different lighting patents. This is clearly in retaliation for Current suing Signify for 18 patents. We also have an update on Current versus Jiaxing Superlighting. Current has petitioned for a change of venue. In events, we have ArcLight announcing their entire program, so you can check out their full speaker list. Nalmco has set a location for their 70th Con and Trade Show. This is October 8th through 11th in Indian Wells, California. Legication is calling for speakers. The submissions are due on the 1st of September. The IES has formed a new LC study group. You can buy your way in, even if you're not a member. This is an 8-week Zoom group that will run this fall, hosted by the Lighting Agora. Webinar. We have a webinar for designing energy-efficient lighting and control systems on the 8th of August, presented by CSE. In IoT news, Leviton is adding support for Matter and opening a new showroom in Lake Nona, Florida. Actility has bought Aclio. This is 2 dealers in low-power WAN networks. WAN networks next to the ATM machine. This is moving through. And Sigfox has joined the LoRa Alliance. They're a French narrowband company. In market predictions, smart lighting will be worth $11 billion soon, 6% growth in emergency lighting, $1 trillion for efficient tech, 25% gains in vertical farming, 21% expansion in commercial lighting, $654 million for hazardous location lighting. In R&D, we have a white paper on flicker, the types of flicker in LEDs, its effects, and how to engineer it as part of power supply design. We have variable lighting, improving chicken welfare. The ESA has launched a circadian lighting system into orbit. Danish astronauts will be installing new lighting on the ISS. And the University of Maryland can figure out how to source zinc from crab shells to make batteries. And that's something. In darkness-related news, the UK House of Lords has issued a report stating that light and noise pollution are neglected health hazards. The University College of London has published an assessment of light and human health, affirming that circadian disruptions increase the risk of stroke, and shortens the lifespans of mice that already have high blood pressure. That probably carries up to larger mammals, just pointing out that this is what happens with mice. Dark Sky Michigan is the newest Dark Sky International chapter. Arkarula Wilderness Sanctuary in Australia is now a dark sky sanctuary, and Springdale, Utah is now a dark sky place. Speaking of Utah, or near Utah, neighbors to Utah, the Church of Latter-day Saints has sued Cody, Wyoming over delays to zoning variances for a temple that would have a lot of uplight. There we go. It seemed encouraging last week. It did. A Duluth hospital has cut their light pollution, and it's great to see. Media Resources launches an LED billboard that targets light trespass mitigation as part of its design. East Deer, Pennsylvania has revised their billboard lighting bylaws. UCLA astronomers are offering light pollution measurement seminars in Idaho. Tucson, Arizona has a new residential development that promises wildlife-friendly lighting. And Austin residents are pushing back on an outdoor concert venue. The USDA is offering $7.5 million in grants for urban agriculture projects. We have a discovery that saving energy in greenhouses might actually be leading to more instances of whiteflies and aphids growing in the greenhouse themselves. NASA is testing a new food system. This is in a simulated Mars base on, one of their research facilities, not up there, not up in orbit. This is groundside work. And the MGO has opened a new indoor farm. Prentice, Mississippi is hosting a brand new cannabis facility. In sports news, the American Legion Championship baseball game has been suspended due to lighting controls. A 14-inning baseball game was called when the lighting shut off at 11 p.m. and no one had any clue how to turn it back on. In recommended reading, all this on nailed.org, we have an interview with Eric Yerger. We have what lighting can do about Build America, Buy America, reviewing a mosquito zapping bulb, the benefits of smart agriculture, frustrations with a smart hotel, lighting systems for space, recycled textiles in luminaires, the LIA's Sustainability Roundtable, you can watch that, a question of present proofing, a history of longer burning bulbs, lighting for aging patients, an ISA report that there is still more room for energy savings out there. We have 5 big questions with authors Cole Zucker and Guillaume Vidal, and lighting in a dangerous time, which is now. In local news, Joplin, Missouri is spending $400,000 on public transit system infrastructure, including lighting at bus stops. Colorado has $42 million in federal infrastructure funds to spend. A rec center in Whitehorse, Yukon is going LED. Audubon, Iowa has approved retrofits for schools. Missoula, Montana has lighting districts set to raise their taxes. Pennsylvania Utility is beginning a new whole home efficiency program. South Carolina is the most dangerous state to drive at night. Princeton, Pennsylvania's Shakespeare in the Park has been canceled after lighting was vandalized. And we have San Diego having doubled streetlights. It's a recurring issue over there. In international news, we've determined that the so-called Eighth Hill of Rome is actually an ancient garbage dump for old lantern oil jugs. Brisbane is adding more lighting for pedestrian safety ahead of the Women's World Cup. Orion is retrofitting 5 DoD bases in the EU. Spain has approved 100 million euros in municipal lighting projects. A UK social club, Backyard Wrestling, features smashed fluorescent tubes and police charges. And I ask you, what happens to backyard wrestling when the fluorescent tube is banned? Probably better off. Don't do that at home, kids. Luxembourg has legalized recreational marijuana. And in people news, Ken Brechtel is now the VP of sales for major projects at Midstream. We have 2 new leadership roles at ALP. DMC has appointed Teresa O'Day as VP of Business Development. And in things you can make, an ink display for a connected power meter, a floral thingy that you can hang off your porch lighting, and some fake Nixie tubes. Thank you for listening. I've been Scott Walker. Thank you to Nailed. Thank you to our sponsors at Keystone. Enjoy your week and enjoy this music. Have a good one.
Remember that night under those stars when they aligned. My head and my heart both realized for the very first time just how beautiful you truly are. Oh, you are. Girl, you're so fire. The way that you walk and the things that you talk about, I'm taking your style. I love how you do it. You're just so damn cute. I cannot contain my desire. Oh, it's true. Oh, yeah. I'm a fool for you. I cannot deny the feelings of love your presence provides. This feels like the start of something so right, but we'll never know until we give it our best try. Oh yeah, girl, you're so fire. The way that you walk and things that you talk about, I'm digging your style. I love how you do it. You're just so damn cute. I cannot contain my desire. It's true. Oh, yeah. I'm a fool for you. Girl, you fit like a glove. These feelings of love won't expire. You keep lighting me up. My need for your touch is so dire. You can make stars rearrange. I'm amazed by the change you inspire. Oh yeah, girl, you're so fire. The way that digging your style. I love how you do it. You're just so damn